Welcome to Champaign and welcome to Big Ten basketball, sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Inside the State Farm Center, it is Illinois gearing up for its first Big Ten home game. And what a tall test they have for it with number 2 Michigan. 15-0 and one of the 2 unbeatens left in the country coming to town. And we're glad you're with us for this one on FS1. Michigan and Illinois. And we now say welcome courtside. Joe Davis with Bill Raftery. And, you know, Michigan 15-0. Looking at the records, it looks like just another step on their march. But everybody you talk to, Bill, says Illinois maybe not as tough and out as the record might indicate.
Well, it's interesting. Both teams are getting well known for their defense. Of course, Michigan, we think, can win it all. The way they're playing, the talent level they have. They don't turn it over. Conversely, it's very important that Illinois creates some turnovers and some easy goals.
Take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams, brought to you by Jeep Grand Cherokee. 3 players averaging better than 14 points per game for Michigan. Top 3 scorers for the Illini underclassmen. This is one of the youngest teams in the country, led by the sophomore Trent Frazier at 15 points per game. One 172nd meeting between these programs, with the Wolverines having won 3 straight, 13 of the last 15. It will be Michigan to start with it, trying to match the best start in program history. They get to 16-0 tonight.
Joe Davis spin down. Wait a minute. A lot of ball screen slips. The big fella Teskey, very tough.
Here's Michigan's leading scorer, the freshman Iggy Brazdeikis, and his first shot doesn't even catch rim. Back comes Illinois with Frazier, who they need to get going. They reverse it up top, and it's Jordan, who didn't even attempt a shot in the loss at Northwestern, misfiring from 3.
Frazier, nice to see him attack. And Matthews attacking early here. They go the other way with it. Bogorowski with the call.
Offensive foul on Charles Matthews. His head coach John Beilein in his 5th decade as a head coach. Kind of hard to believe he's been in Michigan for 12 seasons.
It's incredible. I've known him for years. What I love about him, he's a lifer. High school, junior college. And of course, so many programs he assisted along the way.
Well, he's got these Wolverines clicking on all cylinders right now. 29-1 over the last calendar year, with the lone loss, of course, the national championship game against Villanova.
Brazdeikis really likes to be aggressive, attack the rim, good or at the basket with either hand.
Livers spinning and hitting. He's missed the last 2 games with his sore back. And a key component for this Wolverine squad hits the first shot.
And he gives them a lot of flexibility. They can play a little nice blow-by here. Giorgio, I'll work on that name for you as we go along here.
His baseline jumper rattles out. Bashanishvili.
Thank you.
Bashanishvili. I got you, Bill. Xavier Simpson, point guard for the Wolverines. Where they're flashier players or guys with better numbers, but he's the one that makes them go.
I think he is tough-minded, a physical player at that size.
Poole finds him, and Simpson buries a 3.
Well, if he can do that, my goodness, can really get to the rim with that right hand. And Poole's such a big-time player, too. My goodness, he's going to have some career.
They're really having a breakout season, building off of the momentum of that magical moment last March.
Ooh, Teskey.
A block for Teskey, the 7-footer.
He's showing that. There's a little facial there. He takes that 3-2. Look, Ziggy very good without the ball, huh?
A chance at 3 for Brazdeikis. They just have so many different guys that can beat you.
It's amazing, and they go a little bit deeper. Ziggy really understands how to get free. And the big fella can make this deep one, but that open middle provides an opportunity to get to the rim. How about that? Nice and high outside hand. You do some football.
Yeah. Well placed. Back shoulder fade.
Absolutely.
Brad Underwood in his 2nd season at Illinois. Last year, his first year with a losing season as a head coach, and he's trying to get this ship righted.
It's been frustrating for him because they're knocking at the door games. They don't know how to seal the deal, make mistakes at critical times. You know, shot clock violation against Northwestern late, and then a fumble and a drastic attempt at a deep shot. So it's been a struggle.
But they've been in just about every game, right? I mean, out of the 11 losses, 8 of them, they've had a lead in the second half.
Well, the defense is the reason. They hang their hat on that. But this is not the kind of a start you want against sort of a seasoned basketball team. This conference is loaded, as we both know. Not an easy night for anybody, much less if you lose faith or confidence in your teammates.
Well, here's the other thing, Bill, with Illinois. It's one of the least experienced teams in the country, yet they've had to face one of the hardest schedules in the country. That's a bad combo.
Their home game, at least early in the nice little lob, they run that little brush screen.
Sumu with the first bucket of the game for Illinois. Freshman really coming on for Brad Underwood. Simpson goes by him, finds Poole with an extra pass, has Livers for a corner three.
Sumo with a pretty good job defensively. He's got good speed in the open floor. Nice play by Teskey, giving ground.
Second block already for him. Now Poole back the other way. Initiates contact and will have 2 shots.
Yeah, Poole shuffled the feet a little bit at the end of that, but what a nice lead pass and a break. But Teskey early. 2 blocked shots, and boy, does that help your guards. Have a little confidence as a big fella looming large and get a run out of him.
You know, they call him Big Sleep.
So, yeah, did you find out why, or is it
just has a really quiet personality?
Demeanor?
Uh-huh.
You could learn from that.
It's not something you've ever been accused of, big sleep.
No.
Little to no sleep.
You get over that 6-hour limit.
Feel too groggy.
Yeah, you just don't feel yourself. You've watched this Michigan team. What impresses you the most?
Just the fact that there's so many different guys that can beat you. And it's not like they're particularly deep, but any of the 7 or so that they put out there consistently can go off on a given night.
And conversely, Illinois really has to read. Frazier's got to play an excellent game. Nichols has got to perform and make shots. He has been struggling. There's the same brush. Not as good a pass.
They wanted Nichols, but couldn't finish it.
Jordan with the look. Jordan, one of those guys, the little glue guy, started all 15 games.
Only true senior on this Illinois roster. Here's a grad transfer. And Adonis De La Rosa comes on, coming off a really good game at Northwestern.
Yeah, he did. He was solid. Low post play. He gave him some numbers.
Livers got cut off. Found Teskey. You said he's not afraid to shoot it, but he left it well
They
short.
want him to shoot it. They love that ball screen and then replace on that weak side.
Here's De La Rosa.
You've got to be able to handle Wall as a center with this offense. Nice look.
Over the top, and Nichols with the left hand has his first point.
Maybe that'll get it going. But what a nice look there by Jordan. The pick and pop. One goes to the hoop, one stays outside.
Livers puts it on the deck into the lane, switches hands, and will have a chance at 3.
I was saying he was in the restricted area. That's what's tough. They can make threes, put it on the deck, manufacture points, and now they guard at the other end. But little pump fake, you break your guy down, restricted area, and complacent. Tough. A lot of guys can beat you.
Michigan trying to match the 1986 team, the 2013 team with the best starts in program history, trying to get to 16-0 tonight, and off to a heck of a start against Brad Underwood's team.
Of course, Brad lamenting the fact that they fouled too much, and early on the same thing prevails. They play tough, hard defense, but reach in or slap, and you can't give a terrific basketball team those freebie opportunities. Occasionally, Michigan does struggle from their free throw line, too.
Yeah, Michigan near the bottom of the Big Ten in free throw percentage. But to your point about Illinois, 26 free throws per game for their opponents. Isaiah Livers will complete the three-point play, and the lead for the Wolverines is 8.
Yeah, they got good size up front with Poole, Livers, and, of course, Teskey.
Of course, the big thing for this Michigan team, and last year as well, Bill, is that they suddenly are not just an offensive machine. They're one of the nation's best defensive teams.
And they've really worked hard, diligently breaking down tape.
Nichols buries a three, snapping an 0 for 15 from outside.
He has been absent, and they need him.
With 5 of the first 7 for the Illini. Baseline drive and then a pull-up from Poole off the front of the rim, and a foul on the rebound goes on Livers.
I don't think so. Over the top. Well, they've got great size. Brazdakis out there as well, playing the guard spot.
Entering for the Illini, number 10, Andres Feliz, and number 15,
Feliz comes in now. This kid's an aggressive driver, really attacks. Gives him another presence on the offensive end.
One of the 8 new scholarship players for this Illinois team. Brought back just 4 of a possible 10 scholarship players from Brad Underwood's first year. Here is Feliz.
Oh, nice job defensively getting over the top there by Livers.
Side to go, Bashanishvili against Teskey with a turnaround hook that'll fall in.
Fortuitous.
Out of Georgia, the country.
He really understands the post, the geography of that lane. He's got good footwork. A little break from above on that one.
Brazdakis, versatile offensive game, shows off some of the outside ability.
He's really a talented kid. He looks like he's gotten stronger from early in the year. I saw him against Villanova. And boy, they were lights out.
He's a year older. He turned 20 on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Man strength now.
I just think that's only 2 months, though.
Oh, never mind that.
Nice dish, huh?
Bashanishvili, 2 more.
That's what Feliz does. Gets in the lane, gets heads turned, little dish. They didn't run the same set. Double high.
Brazdakis big time size advantage here.
Good call. Nice ball movement.
It's Poole. Offensive rebound. Livers showing off high flying ability there.
How about that? Big time elevation.
And already 7 for him in his first game back from the back spasms. Bashanishvili wants it inside, gets it again, and travels.
A little trouble. That's what Teskey does, but on the offensive ability is so important when you can either dribble, drive, or create some offense from your post man. They've been trying to go to him a little bit. Teskey really doing a nice job holding his ground.
4 early ones for the freshman.
I've been in this building over the years. This is very quiet.
Students aren't here.
Yeah.
Not back until next week.
Well, the students didn't know you were coming.
Oh, had they known, it would have been a packed house, huh? Students are big into Joe Davis, I guess. Baseline.
I would come just to see Simpson, that running hook that we saw this weekend.
He loves using it. He's not going to be able to here. Instead of deep 3, way off the line and a shot clock violation.
I don't know if that's as good a defense as it was inferior offense for John Beilein. It's amazing. He's been known as an offensive genius, and now stepping up and guarding as well as they play that offensive end. They're going to be a tough team to beat.
The last year, they led the Big Ten in scoring defense for the first time since 1964. And they're at the top again. They're number 3 in the country at this point.
At 55.
Bashanishvili, no, but a foul.
On Simpson, I think. And Frazier on the inside position. Well, you can see they're riding the big guy in there. Bashanishvili.
Enough where you're an expert at his name now.
Well, I've worked very hard. 2 games, 2 weeks. The big thing, I thought they would move the big guy Teskey away from the hole a little bit more.
Really the only true big Michigan has. Shot clock lines inside of 10.
There's that handoff, boy. Is that tough to defend?
They do, though. Feliz out of the corner. Last touch by Illinois.
I think they got it wrong.
So does Brad Underwood.
Yeah.
Number 11, Ayo Dosunmu.
Possession's so important. Because the last 2 minutes we could find out. Yeah, I think it was slapped out of his hand, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm glad you agree with me. This is a change in fortunes. You know, ever since you went to the West Coast, your personality has changed.
That's not fair to me or the people of the West Coast. Eli Brooks.
I'm not condemning them. I'm just condemning
Just me.
This kid gives him a spark. Nice play. That's it. They got the basket and the push. Eli.
So the basket does count. And the Bishanishvili called for the foul.
PA, and boy, that's perfect timing. But that's close to being over the cylinder too, isn't it? Just keep showing his athleticism.
Charles Matthews comes back in.
Now, this program at Michigan, the improvement of players during the course of their time is extraordinary. The fundamentals on a daily basis that they perform have enabled them to grow.
We're watching them during shoot-around today doing a passing drill at half court during free throws out of the, 1940s?
You did in grade school.
Yeah.
We all did.
Yeah.
Of course, your grade school was a little later than mine.
Right, later than the 40s. John Beeline, one of the best. A 9-point lead for his Wolverines as they try to stay unbeaten. 15-0. Boston Davis in the game, and he does immediately what he did very quickly against Indiana over the weekend, and that is pick up a foul. Davis had 4 fouls in 3 minutes of action against the Hoosiers.
Bishanishvili would have made a nice cut, and he got there just a little bit late on his denial. I'd love to have that little handoff on the guard.
Joe Sumo, talented freshman, really come on the last few games, but he gives up his dribble.
Face.
Bishanishvili over the top for 2 more.
He's a confident kid in that particular low post area, and he can step out as well. Those Sumo, though, playing under control there.
Here's a steal. That's what Illinois does when it's at its best. Top 10 in the country at forcing turnovers.
That's their game, Joe. Get on you, rag you, make you cough it up, and go the other way.
NFC Divisional Playoffs kick off this weekend on Fox. On Saturday, Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys against Todd Gurley and the Rams. What a game that's going to be. Another good one on Sunday as the Eagles and Saints get together at 4 Eastern. Watch all that on Fox and the Fox Sports app. During the break, Kendall Gill was honored. It is Kendall Gill bobblehead giveaway night, part of the Flying Illini 1989 Final Four trip, and they're doing a bobblehead collection. He's the first up. There he is with a birthday boy, Lou Henson.
Great to hear that Lou's doing well and celebrating. I won't say what year, but I'm gaining on him somewhere along the line. Of course, Stephen Bardo, one of our colleagues, a great guy as well. Little 2-3, straight up man on that team as well in '89.
Gill came back that year from a broken foot, helped lead him to the Final Four, where Michigan fans are sitting at home saying, finish the story. How did it end? Michigan beat him. There's a 3 for Kipper Nichols. That, by the way, Bill, is his first. They had ruled one earlier as a 3, but during the break saw that his foot was on the line and changed it to a 2.
What a welcome relief, though, him making that deep shot. They added dimension to this team.
Now Poole around and out. Bishanishvili with the rebound. Illinois pushes. Goes Sumo, gets it off the glass and in.
Boy, a little steam on the blue by. Boy, let him stand it nice and low. Protected that baby.
Illini hanging around within 3. Looking for their first ranked win in 6 years. Have to go back to March 2013.
Nice job.
Livers comes free in the corner. Leaves a 3 short. Bishanishvili with another rebound.
There's a push. If you don't have the layup, you can find. This kid loves to attack, though. Felix.
Around and out, and last touch by Illinois.
I just love this attack mode. This is a big-time recruit for Brad Underwood, and showing you why. Protecting it. Finish him a little kiss.
Led the Illini in scoring 3 games in a row, close to 20 per game over the last 3. The freshman out of Chicago.
That takes the pressure off of Frazier, too, if he can do some things. He and Nichols, 1-2-2, 3-quarter. Make them use a little bit of clock. See if they get Matthews in the flow. A little low post action for him. Great driver, isolate for him.
Teskey open in the lane. They finally get it to him.
De La Rosa let everybody know.
Shot clock inside of 10. Here's Simpson.
Oh, that's a tough pass.
I'll try to thread it through there.
A little kick, I think.
Checking in for Illinois, number 0, Allen Griffin. Replacing Devontae Williams.
Adrian Griffin's son just coming in the game. Of course, Seton Hall performer. And by the way, in '89, Michigan took care of Seton Hall.
Yes.
DJ Colasomo's club.
A program near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, very much so. The job he did. Because it's tough to overcome some people who've been there before, you know. Nice double in the corner. Nice save, Demerzel.
Here's Frazier. Boy, it's been turned over, and here comes Michigan with numbers. Simpson gets blocked. Dosumu hustling back for the rejection.
Boy, this is the personality of Underwood's teams, generally speaking.
Brooks leaning and quiet in the crowd for the moment.
This kid is so fundamentally sound. Owns that 3-second lane.
Ends a 3-minute drought for the Wolverines. Extends the lead back to 5. Here's De La Rosa. Defense comes. High off the glass, no. And Livers pulls down the board.
The forwards are tough here. Lost control of it. I was going to say they can rebound and push it. It didn't end up too well. But not giving up on this. You think you got an easy one. Whoa. Extraordinary elevation.
Entering for the Illini, number 15,
It's part of the young move that they feel will become a solid foundation for this program.
They've helped turn Michigan over 5 times already. Just to give you some context on that. Against Indiana Sunday, the Wolverines turned it over 3 times total.
It's amazing. The protection, and that's sort of been the mantra of that guy.
Top 10 in the country, taking care of the ball 7 years in a row under John Beilein.
Brad was talking about possessions. Don't turn it over. Get more possessions. A key for Illinois. And hand off so hard.
Reverse from Dosumu.
Right at the big guy. Right at his chin.
6 for the freshman. Illini back to within 3.
Well, they're really having trouble with the ball.
And another Michigan turnover.
Well, you know, when you're ranked as high as they are, they're going to come out of, oh my goodness.
Wow.
They look like us.
Well, too much on that from Bashaniashvili.
Near the chin a little bit, big fella. See if they can run their stuff a little bit. Nice slip pass.
And a smooth jumper from Teskey.
It's so clever, smooth, and composed.
Nichols off to a good start in this one. In a tough spot there and stripped away by Brazdeikis.
So many weapons using that drag screen to get to the rim now. Oh, they are really having trouble.
Yeah.
This one when you come to timeout, you spit in their hand, rub it together.
That'll do the trick.
It might help. This is that basketball. That is not typical Michigan value in the ball.
Now we're talking about Illinois being one of the least experienced teams in the country. Top 3 scorers, all underclassmen. Frazier, a sophomore, Dosumu and Bashaniashvili, both freshmen, both with 6 points already in this one.
Terrific building blocks. I mean, these are talented kids, and you know, when you get old, you get better. Present company exploded. Dosumu, so many things they can do. That's their initial offense where they get the brush screen, a little duck here, protect that basketball, get yourself to the rim, and don't give up on a play when you got that kind of athleticism. Promising, talented young guy.
And all these young guys, Bill, just need to experience a win, right? They need to, like you know, shooters in a slump need to see the ball go through the rim. These guys need to experience a Big Ten win.
And you're looking around. This is an assumption. You're looking around at who is going to make that play instead of just playing within the system, and good things will happen. But you're right. Learning how to win is a big-time maneuver for a program. Nice hands again, Simpson.
Knocked it away from Felice. Here's Jordan Poole penetrating. Tossed it up there wildly. Matthews found it and got his first points of the night.
Well, Matthews has been really quiet. He goes in and out a little bit, but a terrific drive set up that opportunity. There's not room there. I don't know why Teske had a foul. He's running out of territory.
Michigan, number 15.
It's his first.
His first. Team 6.
There's 6 on Michigan, so Illinois will shoot on the next foul.
His son Patrick is having another pretty good year up at Lemoyne. Of course, he coached up there. The Nyland family is the first time I really got to know Tommy Nyland. He was a coach up there, related to John.
Sean is really working to get it in there, but then left it off the front of the rim.
But good shots like that give you balance. You don't get runouts. And a double little ball slip. Perfect trap. Nice find. How about that?
Teske off of the feed from Simpson. It's number 2 in the Big Ten at 6 assists per game.
And just laziness, really, not getting in front of the dive by Teske.
One of the things that plagued Illinois at Northwestern, too many uncontested buckets at the rim.
So they're really hugging Frazier for that deep shot. Not able to get free.
Still looking for his first points. He'll launch. Whoa, brick. Frazier just really struggled in the last few games, shooting below 20%.
I'll tell you, watching him last year, he's such a talented kid. He's got to get it going again.
Osdakis behind the back, into traffic. And kicked out of bounds by Illinois as we look back at Simpson's feed to Teske.
Just a real good understanding. You just don't stay in front of him. Weak side isn't alert. You can see you get trapped. They're not a good read. You got to be on a string when you do that double.
Simpson, the junior out of Ohio, big leader for this Michigan team. And they've actually changed the call and said that it was last touched by Michigan, so Illinois got it.
And by the way, this is a tough lineup right now for Michigan. I'd go inside to De La Rosa. They're playing small. You got to take advantage because they are tough matchups at the other end. Look at this.
And they do go to the rim with Dosunmu. Yeah, the biggest player on the floor right now for Michigan stands at 6'7".
And he was occupied on the foul line with De La Rosa.
Simpson working on Dosunmu.
Well, he's got what he wants there with De La Rosa on him. I think he can do some damage.
Still has it. Goes by him. There's that running hook that he's known for. Brozdakis the offensive rebound, and he's fouled by De La Rosa.
Well, that is funny to watch. Bob Hubrechts comes to mind. That's way before you were here.
I was going to say, I don't get the reference, but I can picture the shot.
Just an old-time shot. My buddy Clark Kellogg had the benefit of watching him make a couple the other day.
He's one of the best in the country statistically at hook shots. You look at the leaderboard, and it's all post players, as you'd expect.
Right.
But he's 7 for 11 on hook shots.
So when you're young, you're taught that baby hook. Now, he's extended into a big-time rolling hook. And with a little more range. It's quite a weapon. Different than the floater.
And it's something when you watch it for the first time, you watch Xavier Simpson throw that up for the first time, you're thinking, what in the world is he doing?
Get him out of
really
there.
Works at.
He does.
It's a distinct part of his game.
Nice cross.
Dosunmu. Blocked by Matthews, who came over to help.
Oh, look at
but
his
it's
hands.
stolen right back, and Dosunmu takes advantage of Aaron Jordan's defense.
One hands, didn't give up on it. That's the stuff Jordan brings to the floor.
Eight Michigan turnovers. They average about 9 per game. Back inside to Poole, who gets fouled.
Well, what a nice dive by Poole. It set that up, and at the other end, not giving up on the play. This is a wonderful play by Matthews, and here you got to protect it, all that traffic. Brozdakis just fell asleep a little bit. They took advantage.
For Michigan, shooting 2.
So Jordan Poole, sophomore out of Milwaukee, with a couple shots. Guy that John Beilein last year after his game winner in the tournament said has an overdose of swag. Something that I used to accuse you of.
Well, you can relate to that, certainly.
Hanging out with you.
I can bring you down.
Full of swag.
Could be a career ender if you keep that up, right?
The swag. Swag can end careers.
No, hanging with me.
Oh, that.
It's that pinch post handoff and nice coverage. That weak side's what they like to hit if you don't have a layup. You're always vulnerable against Michigan. You know, they'll make some stops, go down the other end, they get a 2-point, 3-point, easier shot.
There's Trent Frazier.
That's him. Along comes Frazier with the blow-by.
Leading scorer on the season at 15 per game, but below 20% over the last 3 games.
They really like to overload one side, play 2 men on the other. Nice hands here.
Simpson somehow got it back. The defense collapsed on him, so he found Poole for a 3.
That's a double dribble up.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Gotta call that. Brad Underwood just threw his coat into the stands, and he gets a T.
Earned that one.
He was right, though, and that's what usually happens. Picked it up. The ball was fumbled. Doesn't give you a right to put it back down on the floor.
You never did this, right?
Oh, my God. Mine always came back because they were ill-gotten goods. Generally speaking, not worthy of stealing.
The crowd threw it back and said this fabric is horrible. And we're coming for Poole. Made the first. Devian Jones in for Illinois. Aaron Jordan takes a seat. We talk about always being vulnerable against Michigan. Illinois was hanging within 3. You blink, it's an 11-point game.
Tough situation. I thought Simpson dribbled the ball, picked it up. There was a little fumble once he picked it up, then he put it down. But in an adverse situation, Illinois up by 11. Now he's dribbled, right? Well, he picks it up. Well, you know what? In fairness, it was loose.
So give me that coat back, says Brad Underwood. I didn't mean it.
Oh. But that Taylor will be a little upset. Hope the label gets exposed.
Gets his hosting gig back, huh?
Yeah.
Jim Jackson and Steve Lavin did it without a host the other night.
Well, they were very professional, I might add.
Well, yeah.
Rob could learn a lot
from those two
abilities. Because Rob on the road is dangerous.
Ooh.
Surprised he got back from Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's good to hear his voice. Inside of 4 minutes left in this first half. Michigan trying to move to 16-0. Illinois tries to pull a monster upset to snap a 4-game skid.
A little hold on the cut.
7 fouls, so 1-1 coming up.
Cool with that reach in. You know, that play, the fumble play, it's one of the few times I could see why the coach is mad and the referee thought he was right. I don't know if the hands ever got together when he picked it up.
So you get both sides of the argument there?
Yeah, you know, it was just very unusual.
First free throw of the game for Illinois, by the way, Bill. And Michigan has shot 11 of them already.
No, that's not the type of thing you need for Illinois. They need more runouts over turnovers, too. They got to do a pretty solid job defensively, see if they can come up with some easy ones.
Another good night going for the freshman Dosunmu, who already has 11 to lead Illinois in a 10-point game.
Once again, really, the house not around is the ball. Silent. But they really do know how to step and cut. Terrific driver. He is good at going to the rim. They're going to count it?
They say it was on the floor. 1-1 coming for Charles Matthews.
It's worth a beg, don't you think?
Sure.
This is where he is good. It's so much more to their offensive efforts, whether it's post-up, bounce, shooting it, I think, better. Good at going left.
Tested the NBA waters spring, but decided to come back, focus on the defense, focus on the jump shot. And A lane violation. So Matthews will get another chance. Just a lot of those little things happening to Illinois right now.
Yeah.
They get in these close games, and one thing or another ends up spelling doom for them.
Yeah, exactly right. That's why you do lose basketball games. Getting back to Matthews, he will play somewhere. It's a big upside to his game. Very hard anymore to say a kid can't play professionally. Now,
right.
You know, if you're talking stardom, that's another realm as well.
Started his career at Kentucky. Really refined his game in his redshirt year at Michigan. Was a starter right from the start last year. 1 of 2. Back to 11 for the Wolverines.
Struggles a little. 61% from the free throw line.
Frazier, the defense
Nice
collapsing. They find Williams. Bashadashvili the offensive rebound, but Poole quickly swiped it.
One hands. Got to protect it and be tough with it. Next 2 minutes could tell whether they win or not. Illinois, that is. They need a good spurt.
Dosumu. Oh, he got fouled. He's able to finish.
He sure did. He got banged. What a nice
to lead all scores.
What a nice give, Joe.
Yeah.
Give him that opportunity.
Here's Livers out of the corner. The rebound, Dosumu looks to push again. Kipper Nichols, much better game for him so far today. He'd been struggling.
Frazier's got to come on back out early. I got to fall asleep looking for the coach.
Now they can try to take advantage of a momentary 5-on-4, but instead he dribbled it off Simpson's foot. Xavier Simpson rolls it in.
How about that? You mentioned the mistakes that you can make when you are struggling. Whew.
They had it 5-on-4.
Yeah, unbelievable. You're always fighting uphill. Of course, good teams take advantage. That's what Michigan is. They got the little reach in.
1-1 coming up here.
Nice little give early. Frazier on the money on the give. Goes Sumo, because here's the little kick, mishandle, and this club is explosive, and this kid knows how to finish at the rim. Xavier Simpson.
Foul was on Isaiah Livers, his second. Kipper Nichols
Shooting 1-1.
with a 1-1 coming. This guy, tantalizing talent, has been known to have huge performances and then disappear. I mean, he had a game last year in the Big Ten tournament where he had 31, dropped 27 on Michigan State, scored 17 against Michigan, but there are nights where he's not in the scoring column at all.
It's amazing. You're right. And they need him. He's got to find a way to get to the rim a little bit just to loosen up the mental aspect of it. That is a tough handoff. Played pretty well.
Dosumu off of the feed from Frazier with a corner 3.
Nice job by Frazier. Even if you're not scored, you can contribute.
And they just keep hanging around. Dosumu with 16. They lead all scorers in this one as we wind inside of a minute.
See, out that far, I would go under.
Simpson lost the handle. Rozdakis pulls up. Contested shot.
Never
Matthews
saw it.
found it. Underneath. Got it off. And
They're going to check.
they're going to take a look. You're right.
Well, you've got to see that. I mean, that's the opportunity there to seize that orange shot by Rozdakis. You can just see Brad get the ball.
Let's take a look.
I think it was good to you. Still in his
Really
hand.
close.
Just a horn on the shot clock, too. Yep, they got it.
You're right. Yep, they've waved it off. Shot clock violation.
After review, there was a shot clock violation on Michigan.
Coming up, Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report. Rob Stone, Jim Jackson, Casey Jacobson. Take it around the country. Preview what else is coming up as this week rolls on. It's the 11th Michigan turnover. They average 9 per game, but this is what Illinois does, and it's what Illinois has to do to have a shot.
And, you know, it hasn't been where they've led to baskets, though. That's the one thing.
5-second differential in game and shot clock. Ayo Dosunmu, big first half for Illinois, building off the momentum of his last few games.
See if Michigan may trap this on the ball screen. String it out, get the switch they want. They got a little post up.
Dosunmu sidestepping, and a three.
Unbelievable.
Now Simpson crossing half court. A runner with a finger roll off the front of the rim. And Illinois is within 5. 3 more from Ayo Dosunmu. 19 in the first half.
And Joe, what's amazing, the house is aroused here a little bit. A little kiss. Got the mismatch they wanted. They don't go inside. This stays that, but a little kiss in beautiful Champaign, Illinois.
Where it is halftime, and number 2 Michigan leads 39-34. After the break, we'll get you to our FS1 studios for the Jeep Grand Cherokee halftime report. Rob, Jim, and Casey, stick around. Back on Big Ten basketball, sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Ready for the second half of Michigan, trying to get to 16-0, which would match the best start in program history. But Illinois giving them all they can handle. Joe and Bill, welcome back in. Ready for this second half. Your impressions after half?
You know, it's interesting with Illinois. They're so disruptive that Michigan really got into any sort of rhythm, and it's tough. And also, Illinois got to get to the free throw line. I think that's very important for them to steal this one against a terrific Michigan team.
Only a few free throws for Illinois. Michigan shot a bunch of them, which has typically been the story against the Illini this season. Let's go inside the Lexus playbook now.
And why not? A little diagram here and there. The ability to use that little bump screen. Those Sumus so good at step and go. Little lob pass from the wing, very nice by Nichols. On the other end, how do I play this if I'm Illinois? The big fella reads right away that they're in Never Neverland, slips. A little pocket pass by the maestro. Previous Simpson with the left hand. And Teskey able to stroke it. Big fella stepping out.
Showed some of Dosunmu, who's got 19 already. 19 of the 34 points for the Illini. Jordan Poole, despite shooting just 1 for 5 from the field, leads Michigan with 8. It's been an uncharacteristically sloppy game offensively for Michigan with 11 turnovers, already 2 more than they average in an entire game. Illinois starts with it.
Oh, that's a tough handle, and they do a great job with Matthews fighting over the top. Shaunish really has to make that. It's almost like a quarterback with that handoff. You know, you got to decide when you're going to take it out.
Little zone read.
Very good. He's really grown on you.
Michigan trying to remain unbeaten. One of the 2 left. Xavier Simpson, if they will be a big part of that.
Nice handle. Strength.
Foul on the floor. Charles Matthews, his second.
He's not getting on track at all, Matthews, so far. And how about this? A nice little cross, and then the ability to read the defender. What shot can I get away with? Full extension and finish.
7 for Simpson now. Here's Trent Frazier, leading scorer on the season, but so far another quiet game tonight. That's a straightaway 3. Now 5 for Trent Frazier, who they need to get going again.
He's got to look for that shot. Had him on a string. Step back and knock down.
At back-to-back games of 25 points or better before this rough patch. Teskey trying to respond, throws up a brick. Jordan clears it. Here comes Illinois. Dosunmu. Numbers. The long rebound. Here comes Michigan. It's Simpson getting blocked from behind.
LeBron's in the house. You see, putting it all out there. Points, defense, excitement.
LeBron Dosunmu.
They got a good one here out of Chicago. Twice. Where did he come from? I'm sure Xavier Simpson's saying.
Morgan Park. They won a couple of state championships. 4-point game. Illinois looking for its first win over a ranked team since March of 2016.
Same handoff.
Bashaniashvili wants it inside against Tusky. Winds up getting it at the elbow, then hands it off to Jordan into the 7-footer. And Matthews has the rebound.
Bashaniashvili forgot the jump, just reached.
Tusky knocks down a 3. Boy, when he can extend it out there, good luck.
And Joe, that's proof that he's got confidence. Misses a shot before, comes right back at it. No memory.
First Wolverine into double figures is the junior out of Ohio.
He did such a nice job. Two-man plays, empty side.
That's kicked by Poole. The back of that Teskey 3.
And he can beat you inside. Nice open, makes himself available. Little give, stroke, nylon by the big fella.
It's his 5th make this year from out there, which is plenty, for the opposition scout to look at the stat sheet and have to respect it.
There's a lot of things he does. You're right. He can drag people out a little bit, open up for their cutting game.
Offensive foul on an illegal screen. Bashaniashvili is second.
Georgie left a little bit too early. Did you read the notes where he's quite a dancer?
I did hear that.
Were you jealous?
Yeah, I don't have very good moves.
You don't have any steps?
No, I'd love to see you guys have a dance-off, though. Think you could handle him?
No, I think the Irish jig's outmoded by this stage in people's career.
Teskey thought about it again, didn't he?
He did. Well, he is so good if they deny making that pass, too. Keeps you honest.
Shot clock inside of 10. Brazdeikis into the lane. Tough shot. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Matthews.
Pulled the string.
An 0 of 2 on that trip.
That's a tough little 8-footer. Brazdeikis is such a tough kid around. It's the same play we showed at halftime.
I wanted a foul, won't get it. Now Simpson trying to beat him back the other way. Was able to squeeze that thing through a couple of Illini defenders.
He is terrific at reading what shot he can take at that rim.
And he'll take it if it's there, but he's fine just scoring 5 or 6 points and distributing, letting everybody else do it.
There's the toughness about that kid you gotta love.
He's got 9 tonight, so doing his part in the scoring column.
And that Underwood just saying he's same play.
Another offensive foul on Bashaniashvili. You're talking about some of the moves that Georgie's got and some of the fun from the Illini shoot-around today, trying to keep things light. There's some of the moves.
I wonder if he did those in Georgia. I think the answer is yes.
He did. He grew up dancing.
Well, don't forget he went to the Patrick School in Jersey where they do.
He continued the education.
Jersey guys have some moves.
I've heard. I saw Jersey Boys. You started that.
Did you really?
I did see it. Yeah.
Great show.
Simpson whips it for Matthews. Turnaround. Nope. Shuma clears it.
So leads 9. Important trip right here.
Frazier navigated inside, reversing it in.
Nice job. The hold off to Bashaniashvili knows the game.
Charles Matthews.
He's very good at that. Turns, reverses. Teskey knocks it out. You can see they need Frazier to ring the bell. Just a terrific dispersal here. And then the big fella holds off. Georgia on my mind as he protects the rim.
Got more Big Ten hoops coming your way tomorrow on FS1. It all tips off 6:30 Eastern. Indiana and a hot Maryland team. Terps have won 4 in a row. And then Purdue and Wisconsin at 9. The Big Ten doubleheader on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. And Bill, what a year the Big Ten is having. Howie Schwab right now, it's very early, but Howie Schwab has 10 Big Ten teams in his projected NCAA tournament field.
That's an unbelievably deep and talented field. It's just Michigan, for example, 5-0 with the quadrant ones. That's amazing. Duke, Michigan State, and Kansas only have 4. But impressive from top to bottom. 121-30, 79% number 1 in all conferences too. So that's why it's so tough for a team like Illinois with young people. Making mistakes at crucial time cost them against these talent-laden teams.
So you got to play 20 games in your conference for your Big Ten team.
Well, that'll get you the broadcasting.
That's no good from Jordan.
A little foul there.
Rivers and Michigan trying to counter.
Good job. Rivers getting his balance.
Simpson with a wraparound. Teskey and 1.
Well, he turns your head. Such a talent. Willing to put it on the floor. Everybody keeps a little Nash maneuver here. Keep it alive. Be patient. And just dive at the right time to reach in. Teskey, in and out. He's been solid.
Hey, come on.
Averages 7.5 per game. Here early on in the second half, he's got 13.
He's been a big factor in this game. Both ends of the floor defensively, been solid. Communicating to the guards for the ball screens.
For Illinois, really without a true 5 to defend him.
No.
John has really thought about it and then passed up the open look. Here's Williams on the drive, able to squeeze it by Teskey.
That's all it is, the deployment of the big guy. O'Shaughnessy's outside. Teskey had a long way to go.
Monte Williams' first bucket of the game, coming off one of his best games in the loss against Northwestern over the weekend. He's defending Brazdeikis.
Nice job sealing the baseline.
Simpson around a Teskey screen. Teskey with room for 3.
Nice rebound. Going the other way.
A foul on Livers.
Good job. He played both ends of the floor. Number 11. Dosunmu. What a factor.
Third foul on Isaiah Livers. Dosunmu going to get a break.
They're saying that when he gets stronger, he's one of those kids, I don't think he'll put a whole lot of weight on. I mean, he might get just a little bigger across the shoulder, but what a talented kid.
And a winner, which is something that Brett Underwood is specifically trying to recruit. Guys that come from winning programs.
Well, there's good examples in this conference for him, too. Ron Coleman there giving him some advice.
Illinois against one of the top defensive teams in the country. Pretty good tonight. Frazier fired up that one, no good.
What a kick.
And now 2-on-1. Poole lobs it up top, but he can't finish.
2 hands.
Brazdeikis had an opportunity. Now back comes Illinois. Good transition D for Michigan. Jordan fires it up there and sticks it anyway.
Close out late by Poole. Boy, they're bringing a little energy the way they're playing now. This is what home courts are all about.
First bucket of the night for the senior. It's back to 5 and a timeout for John Beilein.
Pretty good effort. You want to push the ball even if you don't get a layup. You get some early looks. Don't get matched up properly. Close out a little tardy. Late challenge. Darlon alive here in Champaign.
Michigan has gone to the foul line a bunch like teams typically do against Illinois. But Graf, how about the Illini shooting 50% against one of the top defensive teams in the country? Only one team this year has done that against Michigan. Frank Martin, South Carolina Gamecocks.
They beat them by 11. But interestingly enough, I thought it's better prepared them to play this style of defense. And they get after you. Michigan, let's see what they come out with after the timeout. I don't think they played poorly.
No.
I just think that they let them back in a few times, building their confidence a little.
It is odd, right? Because it doesn't feel like Michigan's played, like you said, poorly. But it also doesn't feel like Illinois' played exceptionally. Yet here we are in a 5-point game with 13 left. Brazdeikis outside to Simpson, inside 10 to shoot. Xavier Simpson trying to find room. Instead finds Brazdeikis. His 3 won't go, and then a foul on the rebound on Williams.
They really junked it up that particular trip. A couple of guys played man, a couple of guys played zone for Illinois. They didn't have to check out. They had enough white shirts there to rebound.
Third foul on DeMonte Williams.
They put big on the ball. See if Teskey takes his guy right to the box.
He's got about 10 inches on the man defending him. Instead, Brosdakis does it himself.
Powerful.
9 points for him.
Good talent. Nice hands.
Frazier had it picked from behind by Simpson.
He looked over his shoulder that time.
Saying, where's Dosunmu?
Exactly.
Into double figures for the junior.
He's coming in now.
Frazier in a phone booth. Lobs it outside. Here's Felice. Lost the handle.
Forgot the ball.
And kicked out front.
Well, they got a kick.
It'll stay on this end. Here comes Dosunmu back in.
They've been smelling him a little bit.
Yet to score in the second half after 19 in the first half.
Well, he was really on top of his game, wasn't he? Yeah, that was great. Did some good things around the rim.
He's got it here within 6 of his career high.
Rosa can do some things around the rim if they use him a little bit.
Williams gets blocked by Teskey. Third of the game for the big fella.
So Rosa do some things against Northwestern. Maybe some touches just to soften it up a little bit. But Teskey really a good ball game he's playing.
Teskey leading Michigan with 13 points. Got 5 boards. He's got those 3 blocks. 5 on the shot clock. Dosunmu curling, floating, and it rattles out. Teskey finds a cutting Matthews who slams it down.
Just all of a sudden pick them apart. Layup, nice dive.
Andres Felice. There's De La Rosa posting against Teskey. Faces up. Puts it on the floor. Into the lane. Got it to fall.
He's got a little hook game. That'll help the guards a little bit. He's just maybe give me the ball.
You know, he's our age, Bill. He's 24.
Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that.
His third college, started at St. John's, then went to Kent State. Got his degree there, finishing up here at Illinois. Teskey might have gotten away with a walk. Found Matthews, who left the 3 short. And it will be Illinois ball in a 9-point game.
Well, you said out of Chicago via Kentucky. Matthews, one of those guys that understands the game. I like his post-up game, his dribble drive game. And why not? Send it in, Mr. Matthews.
The big fella, hasn't it, Bill?
Well, I love, you know, he moves his legs defensively in an extraordinary fashion. He helps out. He contains his own guy on the bounce, but boy, if you're a guard and you're beat, you love to have him roaming around the rim, and then the ability to leave at the proper time on his slip. And how about the range, Joe? Then go get him. And the understanding of patience, hit the dive man in a great feel and a well-deserved blow for the big fella.
Leading Michigan with 13 points tonight. Season high 17. He's led the Wolverines in scoring just once, but another testament to you just don't know who it's going to be on a given night for Michigan. Frazier got the defender to fly by, was too strong with a jumper. Nichols on the second chance, no, and Livers clears for the Wolverines.
Well, really good read. They went inside against the small front line, but couldn't take it. Look at this, fall asleep. Big time timeout right now. That's the type of thing that seems to happen. You're playing pretty darn good basketball, and there's no defensive stance, no read, no communication. And Matthews ever alert. You just see Brad ripping a new one, and this is nothing but all these heads. Nobody sees it, and Matthews able to take advantage. Whew. Believe it or not, it's all because Simpson read ahead. He spotted the heads. No organization, no recognition, and paid dearly for it.
So Michigan has extended the lead back to double figures. All Michigan at the top of the Big Ten standings right now. The Spartans and the Wolverines. How fun are those matchups going to be over the final couple weeks of the regular season?
Unbelievable how deep this league is. I mean, talent, coaching, just an impressive array. Maryland really surprising a lot of people.
2 of the final 4 games for John Beilein's team come against Michigan State, February 24th in Ann Arbor, and then they'll finish up the regular season in East Lansing on March 9th. Shonishvili on the handoff for Nichols.
You got to get inside. They do. Nice little read.
Shonishvili gets fouled.
It's a tough pass, but a good gamble and a good guy really doing a nice job turning. He understands when to go, and he's got a good use of his body. Uses that derriere, extends, doesn't really push off, and gets a chance for 2.
Born in Georgia. Moved to Austria when he was a teenager. Didn't come to the United States until last year. Played at the Patrick School in New Jersey, and Brett Underwood offered him the first time that he watched him play. Loved how well-rounded his game was. Wasn't the top scorer on his team. Really wasn't even close. But he did the other things well.
Yeah, he knows the game. I mean, that's what Brad loves about him. He loves that pinch post. He can move away from the basket. A little handoff that's pretty tough to defend.
Makes 1 of 2. Illinois just 2 for 5 at the foul line tonight, while Michigan's gone 11 of 14.
Look at the footwork, too. Now they got him where they want him.
Livers in the mid-range game. Here comes Dosumu. 1 on 3. A little too aggressive.
Nice read.
Zdeka steps in front of it. Can he get to the rim? He does. And extends Michigan lead to 12.
There's that defense you had talked about. Luke Lockledge, defensive coordinator. It sounds like football, but that's what they do. Knowing the scanner report.
Former Illinois State assistant. Lockledge. No call as Prostakis throws it up, or Mishonishvili throws it up and gets it to fall.
He's got an old-time game, doesn't he?
I could see you finishing that shot even today.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
But, you know, last week I mentioned Johnny Red Kerr was a great center here at Illinois. Later on the NBA, the Iron Man. He was clever like this, too. Terrific passer, good field understanding.
Prostakis, nifty handles.
A little lingerie on the deck. You didn't see that maneuver in Georgia, I don't think.
Shonishvili faces up, lost it. Able to find it in the corner before Livers knocked it away from him.
Put a string on it, Georgie. Control it. But this is amazing. A nice piece of officiating, too. A little English. But this kid just leaves everybody in abeyance. Slapping, control, mystifying because neither hand is dominant. I mean, they're co-equals.
Yeah, he does most things right-handed, naturally right-handed, but as a basketball player, he says he's more comfortable left-handed. That's how he shoots his jump shot. Shot clock down to 5. Frazier way out front. He's going to have to hoist it. Gets inside the arc and floats one off the iron.
Well, you can see the defense. Look at this. Nobody back. Another mistake. And good communication here.
Poole gets blocked by Jordan.
Didn't give up on it.
Jones had it knocked out of bounds.
Pretty good hands there by Poole. Excellent defensive transition, but this is just faulty defense. Puts the pressure on the shot blocker, but save.
Dosumu to inbound. Where has he been? After 19 in the first half, hasn't scored since the break.
Maybe that's why they rested him on and off in the first half. It could be fatigue sometimes. He's been quiet, too, since the beginning of the game.
Yeah, threw up a tough shot. Easy clear for Teske. The under 8 timeout. Michigan trying to move to 16-0 for the first time since 2013. It matched the best start in program history. 2 unbeatens left in the country.
Simpson with a variety of. Look at this chip by Dacus. My goodness.
Ultimately, Michigan touched it last. Illinois will have it. Down a dozen in Champaign. Michigan by 12. 7.5 left to go here in Champaign. We've seen a couple freshmen play well tonight. Really across the conference this year, some very impressive freshmen. Led by Romeo Langford at Indiana, better than 18 per game.
How about that? They stole in Joe Wieskamp up at Iowa, another young guy that's pretty darn good. They have a few. Luther Muhammad at Ohio State. And this kid, pretty darn good himself. Really a great understanding of anticipating and playing the passing lane. And this is just a great read. How about that? And now off to the races. He's got some strength at the rim. Variety, a little spice in his game with either hand as well. Very confident kid. Boy, they're sending them out of Canada lately, aren't they? Some great programs.
Out of Ontario and Orangeville Prep. 13 to lead Michigan tonight. Nice burst from Felice, and Nichols goes over Teskey with the dunk.
Driving it and find it. That's maybe a way to get to the free throw line as well.
Still Illinois, just 5 free throw attempts tonight.
Look at this pass.
From Simpson to Poole.
He is amazing, the variety. I got excited on a corner pass before. He does a hook pass, extends, pocket pass, chest, and they got an offensive foul here on the handoff.
Trent Frazier, his second. The assist for Xavier Simpson was his 7th. He's also in double figures in scoring. A guy that's played in every game since arriving at Michigan a couple years ago. 95 in a row.
Getting 2 turnovers a game. And some games doesn't get the 2.
Right.
Really values the ball, protect this. It's just something about the air he presents, confidence.
Jordan Poole was talking the other night about how Michigan has gotten tougher in his couple years there, and he credited Xavier Simpson with a lot of that growth and toughness as a team. Offensive rebound from Matthews. Fresh possession for Michigan.
Nobody stuck him.
And now Poole can't hit.
Nice play by Teskey.
And they play on. 6:20 to go. Simpson goes by Felice. Offensive foul.
Well, they tried to pick one up and contributing to solid. Those Sumu did a good job rebounding. The variety of passes he makes, and just incredible. Just has an understanding where all 9 people are on the floor. Heady toughness.
How about this, Bill? After 11 turnovers in the first half for Michigan, that's their first of the second. John Beilein said to the bunch during halftime, being as good as any in the country at taking care of it typically. Here's Frazier, got off his feet, found Dosunmu, who's still looking for his first points of the second half. Frazier tries it and hits.
Offensive kick out off the rebound. Makes you so vulnerable.
Frazier into double figures. Illinois just won't go away.
No, they aren't that type of team. Just putting people away has been a dilemma.
Simpson, tough shot. Rebound for Nichols. Here comes Illinois. Felice cutting hard. Puts it in.
Oh, what a great job avoiding the body, the charge. Ooh, effective.
First bucket of the night for the JUCO All-American transfer.
Teskey, nobody there to ward off.
Simpson quiets the crowd with a 3, and he's doing it all tonight.
This kid knows how to stick it.
14 for Xavier Simpson. They've got the lead back to 10. Inside 5 left to go.
But talk about how many weapons, huh? They have so many people in blue.
Frazier got bumped by Simpson. Number 3 on him.
The open floor opportunity, few and far between. Nichols with the give. How about that head and shoulder maneuver? A little kiss at the end, but what do you need, Coach? First of all, the deck out there. Wes Unsel's not in the house. Could have been. Little nylon, but a little guy.
He's worked so much on that jump shot. reinvented his form this summer with his dad, who was his high school coach. And is still waiting for that stroke to be with him consistently in a game basis.
On the free throw line, too.
Yep.
Right?
Skip pass into the corner. Alan Griffin has got to attend to shoot. He got pulled off his feet and got blocked by Teskey.
Number 4.
Last touch by Frazier.
Well, that's the right call.
Crowd upset that there wasn't a foul.
Yeah, Rivers, look at this kid. He has just played so well. I guess the foot would have been a foot foul. Foot fault. How about that message by Teskey?
You said it, number 4 tonight for a guy who's number 2 in the Big Ten on the season, averaging 2 per game, proving that average. Simpson bouncing from Matthews on the baseline in traffic. He stepped on the baseline and turns it over.
Well, you keep busy, Simpson's going to find you. That is just a good feel for the game. Innate ability.
Could be a good feel for his teammates, too, right? Motivation to keep moving.
Absolutely. We're well schooled. We know that. Give it up, unselfish.
Nichols able to track him down. Jordan gave it up. Nichols for 3.
Peace.
Good job by Livers to contest it. He's got it running free. He'll stuff it down.
How about that? Coordinated effort.
And a 9 for the Kalamazoo native in his first game back from the back spasm.
When you think of shot blocking, you don't think of Michigan, do you?
Not necessarily.
No, they have really been in position, challenging shots.
Frazier an open look. In and out. They're starting to kind of have to reinvent what you think of when you think of Michigan.
Yep, he's really such a well-rounded, well-groomed team. And this is a little use the clock time, I think. Michigan all the good teams know how to nurse and still get a good one.
Matthews worked hard to get free for that one and left it a little bit short. Inside of 3 minutes left. Nichols staggering, able to get a shot up. Last touch by Michigan. Look back at Livers' dunk.
And why not? The open floor has been the promised land. Nice kick out pass. Woo! Livers delivers. Pretty strong at the rim. Send it in, Michigan.
All right, Rob, yep, trying to get to 16-0. Let me look at our game reset, sponsored by SoFi. Get your money right. We talked about Illinois shooting at a high clip. They're sitting at 50%. But Michigan has really started to clamp down defensively, and they've been able to get to the line much of the night.
And boy, they have really done, as you mentioned, the defensive job. They're getting opportunities in the open floor. And the wizardry of the point guard, Xavier Simpson.
Here's Andres Feliz, can't hit a 3. Illinois running out of time. Inside 3 minutes left now. Down a dozen. Boy, anytime they've gotten close tonight, it's just like Michigan steadily has pulled away. Nothing too flashy. No really big explosions. Just little movements away from Illinois.
Just solid. Nice coverage on the weak side.
Osumu flying back the other way. He'll pull from the free throw line and get his first points of the second half after 19 in the first.
They extend the floor a little bit, which can be difficult with this guy with the ball.
We talk about Michigan steadily pulling away. He's got a big hand in that. The shot clock down around 10. Moves it inside to Teskey. Lost it on the deck. Still loose. Matthews finds it. Pulls it out with 5. 3 on the shot clock. Charles Matthews. Step back jumper won't go. Into the hands of Frazier. Illinois needs a bunch in a hurry.
They're going to foul on the hand check.
Under 6 on Michigan. So still not yet in the bonus. Second on Poole.
Yeah, Poole with the hands. They come at you full tilt like that. Not much you can do. We mentioned the free throws and the inability to get to the line, right? Yeah. Late in the game.
Osumu, tough shot. And a double-double tonight for John Teskey. He's got 13 points and 11 rebounds.
Boy, just a pillar of strength, whether it's shot blocking or being in the right position.
He's got 5 blocks to go along with that.
Solid game for Michigan, really.
Yeah.
You mentioned nothing flashy. Nice give.
And Matthews. And it wasn't going to be easy. It never is coming in.
Well, they were so alert to cutting at the proper time. The willingness to give it up. Nice slip.
Donna's really left open underneath. Able to take advantage and move into double figures.
Just a real understanding of the big guy. I like his game. Just can't put it together team-wise for an extended length of time. And that's disastrous, particularly for the accolades we've given and other people about this conference. You've got to play an A game every night or you're going to walk out with a loss.
Michigan on the verge of moving to 16-0, and then this is what they've got coming up. Northwestern at Wisconsin, never easy. I mean, really, it's hard to find any easy game on the schedule with how deep this conference is at this point.
Absolutely. Minnesota playing well. The young guy doing a great job. Teskey's been great. I mean, a lot of props for Simpson, but Teskey's been a big influence in the outcome of this game.
Mostly spot duty his first 2 years. Had some big game situational lead last year. Mo Wagner was hurt for a couple games, but his first big opportunity.
Please don't bring Wagner's name up.
You don't like me?
No, I'm not a fan.
I don't know the background of this.
Like the Final Four, he jumped over the
that moment. Yeah, that was Mo.
He broke my glasses. You break my shoes. He broke my glasses. But he's in the Lakers system going back and forth, I think, on a two-way. He'll be a player. Very personable kid.
Despite his hatred of your glasses.
Yeah, it's obviously tongue-in-cheek.
Timeout taken by Michigan with the...
I've never asked John this. I think Mo used to drive him nuts because he was a big kibitzer. So happy-go-lucky. John being a coach, you got to get his mindset.
Only a few guys like that on this team, too. We took a look at Michigan's upcoming schedule. Here's what Brett Underwood and the Illini have. And it's going to break form at some point. They continue to play everybody tough. So now this will be 12 losses for them, Bill. And in 11 of those 12 losses, they'll have been within a possession in the second half.
Amazing. Frustrating. And just to keep your spirit, I think we would agree. Yeah. Just get out, do your job. Join one another in the shoot-around today. Just unfortunate that they can't put it together for any sustained amount of time.
And a young team, one of the least experienced teams in the country. Going through that same Big Ten gauntlet that the second-ranked Wolverines are having to, just with not as much firepower to attack it with. Barely get
Nobody back.
Matthews, 2 more.
Well, you bear the backcourt.
1 minute remaining.
No balance. Well, all you can say to Illinois is just keep working. Little segments, you play good basketball.
Been a good night for Bashanishvili. 13. They've got some pieces to build around.
They do. A learning experience for them as well.
Mentioned it earlier, but more Big Ten hoops coming up your way tomorrow on FS1. All started at 6:30 Eastern. And Indiana takes on Maryland. And then Purdue and Wisconsin at 9 in the doubleheader on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Leading scorers at this point in the Big Ten. 2 of the top 3 will be in that second game. And Carson Edwards and Ethan Happ. James Palmer of Nebraska sitting at 20 per game.
3 pretty good players there.
Really good.
Happ is mystical around that basket. So many good things he does. Dribbles as well, bringing it up. Palmer, great off the bounce. And Carson Edwards, that freeze guy, explosive play.
Michigan State sure did a good job on him earlier this week. Spartans Pick up a good home win, though you wouldn't have known that listening to Tom Izzo after the game.
Well, that's what it's his job, right?
Never complacent. And again, it bears repeating. Michigan and Michigan State are on a collision course, it appears.
Yeah, I would say.
Near the end of the schedule. 2 of the final 4 Michigan games come against their in-state rival.
A must-see television, I would think, at the end of the year.
But who knows? Who knows where those two teams will be having to go through their respective Big Ten gauntlets.
Well, the venues, I think, which pops up in this league. They're tough home courts. To win on the road is just amazing. As well as
Michigan able to break the press, and Matthews is fouled by Frazier. Put him at the line for 1-1. You wonder how having students in the building might have helped Illinois in some of those moments tonight where they were right there within a bucket or two and just couldn't seem to get over the hump.
I would say, I guess, that they could only play foul.
That's true. Yeah, they couldn't have used any of those students.
It would have helped, obviously.
Yeah.
It gets you adrenaline flowing, but this is such a well-schooled, talented team, Michigan, that you just have to be at the top of your game. You're going to hope to be competitive.
It's going to move them to 30-1 in their last 31 games.
Unbelievable, right? Magician over there. Understated, humble.
Matthews, one of the 5 Wolverines in double figures tonight.
They try to take Simpson out, I think.
He actually leads them with 14. That's a foul on Simpson.
Michigan number 3, Xavier Simpson, team 7.
Number 4 on Xavier.
Xavier is a keeper.
It is really tough. Aaron Jordan. Georgia was shot really at the line for the line. Shooting 1-1.
14 for the freshman.
Not as tenacious defensively, I think Illinois they were earlier.
Yeah. You mean earlier this year?
Yeah, like I've seen games where they just so pesky.
Well, they forced those 11 turnovers in the first half, and then credit to Michigan, but they weren't able to do the same kind of disruptive defense in the second, just 3 turnovers.
Right. Well, that's also the talent of Michigan, too. Start protecting. You mentioned halftime, John. I'm sure got after him a little bit about valuing the basketball.
Aaron Jordan and Clifford Nichols checking in for Illinois. Xavier Simpson is the line for Michigan.
You spent a lot of time in the school. It's very quiet here.
Yeah.
Reminiscent of your days
in the library? Yeah, I suppose. You're not a big library guy? Yourself?
When I had to.
Were you a final exam crammer?
Yeah, I had. Yes, very much so. I would say I wasted a lot of time between exams.
You just set yourself up to be the hero in the end, really rally.
Well, I think like a lot of kids, certain subjects you sort of enjoy a little more. You may have been on top of that.
Right. A couple more for Simpson. Season high 16 for him.
Different guys all the time. Some nights it's that guy, Asdakis. Other times it's considerable amount of contributors. I stepped out of bounds there.
That'll just about do it.
I think they'll bounce it away right here. A good basketball team. Going to go a long way this year.
Illinois still pressures the inbound, and they will keep things moving. 23.6, putting Michigan back at the line.
Number 23, Aaron Jordan, his 3rd, team's 9th.
This is the first road game for Michigan in more than a month. And they're going to come out of it with their 16th win, a 16-0 start. Matching the 1986 team, the 2013 team for the best start in program history. Of course, that 13 team went on the Final Four.
Right. And some good wins, too. Villanova, Providence, Carolina,
Right.
Purdue.
What concerns you about Michigan? Anything they need to improve upon moving forward?
You know, their defense is so good. They don't put a lot of pressure on their offense. And I think that really helps them.
Does that feel weird to say about Michigan?
Yeah, you're right, Eddie. The big thing, I think, is Simpson. You know, what you do with him. I mean, if you can keep him out of all the action and keep him outside, because he finds people, destructive with the dribble.
That's a three for Frazier. 11 of his 13 coming after the break. Simpson gets through it. Brazdeikis tracks it down. And shoving here at the end. They're going to get a technical foul. Double technical.
Well, it shouldn't end like this.
Brazdeikis and Dosumu, a couple freshmen who had good games tonight. And putting blemishes on them.
It was a basketball play, you know. They don't have to go to the monitor. The official was right. They're going to go. I guess they're told to go. There's sumo with the giveaway, NBA style giveaway. Kids watch it too. When you hold like that, it could be considered a flagrant one as well.
So now we're going to go to the monitor to take a look.
I liked your call. A double.
Yeah. Let's see.
It was just a foul, and now the end of it is...
Yeah, pulls down on his face. Dosumu does. And then a return push from Brazdeikis. Both a little bit guilty, perhaps.
I guess these officials had dinner.
Before, meaning they don't need to get to it after.
Well, I'm just making this decision.
Personal foul on the line, number 11, Iona Sumu, his second, team's 10th. And double technical fouls have been issued to Iona Sumu of Illinois, his third personal foul. Number 13, Ignas Brazdeikis, his second.
So first of all, a common foul on Dosumu, and then a technical both ways, Dosumu and Brazdeikis.
Brazdeikis will shoot. Bo in a hurry to get back to the hotel, maybe.
And then wherever's next tomorrow night. Kovarowski's on a different game every single night.
Well, the good ones are on it.
Shooting.
They're chatting away here, which is unnecessary.
Brazdeikis and Dosumu.
Yeah.
They're right next to each other there.
See? Chill.
Couple freshmen going to go head-to-head in a couple years, these guys.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
We used to say that. John doing the right thing, get him out of the game. Now, this is where I don't like the handshake rule, by the way. Where the teams have to walk and shake hands. I think the two coaches should. Everybody go. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
It's like you and I at the end of the evening.
You have it, just wave.
Yeah.
A little tip of the cap. So that will do it. Michigan matches the best start in program history, 16-0, as they come on the road and never trail, despite Illinois hanging around for much of the night. The losing streak extended to 5 for the Illini. Another game where they're right there, but just can't quite get over the hump, and they fall to 4-12 on the season. Once again, the final score, 79-69. Michigan over Illinois. Coming up on FS1, more college hoops, Washington and Utah. Bill Raftery and our entire crew, Joe Davis, getting you to studio after this one in Champaign.